All right, so today we're gonna check out Goose's place over on the Horde side. And okay, this already has like a certain kind of energy because here I am, I'm coming from the lot, and it doesn't quite have that immediate Horde vibe because I can see like there's like this kind of like sub entrance, which is very cool. There aren't a whole lot of designs that we see with a lot of like with the exterior budget being used. Like some people, they're making very good use out of the limited budget they have available. But in this case, you know, for the most part, because it's pretty low, we can only really like work with what we've got. So let's start with like the outside here. So we have a very natural kind of setup, but also something that's I didn't really notice this ring around the fountain that's being used here because it's very Horde. It's very Horde, but also it's also very naturey too. And I think all these things, those are like naturally in here, or actually I almost think that this is like kind of phased in so we can like reveal like the grass here, even though this is a fountain. I'm not quite sure how the phasing goes in. There's something a little bit industrial here. This kind of reminds me of Starfield a little bit. This reminds me of Starfield a little bit because here we have like the kind of like moonwell sort of thing that's that has like, okay, this is like, you know, some sort of window. We have techie stuff on the outside, but we still have like some modest decorations on the side, platforms to help create this hallway that goes in. But yeah, kind of like tech oriented. I like this. This is neat. I think all of these are, oh, you know, this is a really clever use of the platforms too. Haven't seen this yet. Usually it's just been like, okay, let's just use blocks or let's use like platforms. In this case though, Goose used like the inverted quarter circle kind of thing as a way to climb up. So it has this effect of having this bit of curvature to it, but it didn't need to use like a whole circle or anything. I think that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. And we have this whole like diagonal look too. So let's go inside the not so entrance, and now we have something that does feel pretty techy. That's cool. That's pretty cool. This definitely has like a Starfield. I'm not seeing like his chat or anything right now, but this definitely has a Starfield sort of look. You know, you go in and like here's the thing that happens to show like the whole decompression process, and even made space for the lever. Thing closes, and then the new door opens up, and then you actually walk into the habitat. That's a cool vibe, dude. It makes me want to play Starfield again. But now we're greeted into, oh, okay, I like this too. He's straight up like, okay, let's remove the door. Let's put in this thing too to kind of give again that illusion of, you know, that whole that I can't even use the words right now, to get you in and out. But then we go into a more modest spot, and we kick it off with this pretty enclosed space that'll compel us to like go upstairs. Like, you know, the rest of this is being closed off, mail, and then we climb up a bunch of benches, and this is a really tight, a very tight climb that we're taking it, and it's because of the size of the bench. So it's almost like this is like the entrance to an apartment lobby, sort of. I almost expect to like go into like another door that'll lead us in, but well, we'll see. Oh, I like this. This is a good touch too. To create the whole spiral effect, instead of having it be empty, you know, instead it's like really tight. And what was used here? These are all beams. Oh, dude, this is like so this is an actual set of barrels that was used to create the spiral effect, again, to make that sort of tight feeling. But each beam was rotated in such a way and raised from the looks of it to create this tight climb. Dude, this took a lot of work to create. Ooh, man. See, Goose thought this was just going to be a 5-minute look, but no. Hold on. And then I think we're going even higher. Yeah, because there's like another set of stairs that are coming up here. So we climb up, no secret there. And now we're taking a break because we gotta like soak in everything that's being done here. There is a ton of detail that's put into this spot. Holy moly. Oh, look at this. What a faction agnostic person. Every flag is being represented. And there are windows just to make sure there's like a bit of a draft. And snackies. That's cool. Everyone likes snackies. So we go in, and cool. That was a good curtain. And now we are running out of budget. So here is like, you know, a bunch of stuff that's just kind of obscured for now. But then I noticed that it did seem like there was a second thing to climb, but maybe I'm wrong. But if we go here, and there's nothing yet, it's gonna be a mystery. It's gonna be a mystery. Never mind, it's not a mystery. He pointed in this direction. Okay, so here we see, you know, another set to climb. You know, I'm sure this is gonna be, you know, this is all definitely work in progress though. You know, so it's being set up here. Another set of things to climb, and here walls are being used instead for this kind of shorter staircase. This is cool because I'm totally losing my sense of orientation, you know, and to me that's a good thing because you're actually getting lost inside the house. So now I'm restricting my whole headspace into, you know, what's viewable here, which helps a lot with the immersion. Lots of sitting places as we climb up. Oh, this is the bedroom. Nice. So here we've got entertainment. Hell yeah, dude. Okay, this is cool. This entertainment cabinet is pretty sick. I don't know what it's powered by. It's powered by something awesome. But here we have views. What if I open this? We got, dude, you gotta add like snacks and beer or something like that to it. Just free up some budget. Free up a little bit of budget. This is cool. This is a really neat space that you made for yourself, dude. I'm very, very impressed. Good use of the trellis to you know, kind of close off spaces and stuff. How full is your budget with just this? Because there's like a lot of like little things that I think took up a lot of your budget here. Yeah, and then all that, I'm not gonna bother with that stuff. That's all work in progress sorts of things going on. This is neat. It's so tight and compact. You got plenty left? Nice. But it takes up so much time, dude. Oh, okay, you have like the additional trellis as you're climbing up. Oh god, I can't imagine how long it took to get this together. Cause I'm trying to tell, like, are these like differently colored beams? Or is it just the lights? Are they tricking me? Yeah, I feel like they're tricking me. It's the same board and rotated. Okay. Yeah, because it definitely pulls off like that different effect. Yeah, really neat. And I wonder like how else can this be like cleaned up? Like, I don't know if those walls can change into something darker, like a stone sort of thing. Maybe that would do. Or if you had the budget, you would just kind of close this whole thing off as well. But I think that'd be too much. Like, I think having this upper level, I think that does it well enough too. This is so cool. I think it's to me it's the staircase that really like sells it. I think it's really, really smart what you did here. Good work, dude. Good work. Okay, so we're doing a revisit of Magmaros' place, and he did like this entire exterior rebuild, and interior as well. But what I want to first point out here is, you know, like I said earlier, like you only get so much budget outside, and so you got to kind of make the most of it, but you can get really, really inventive with what's possible. So what he did here is he skinned the whole damn house. So this is an alliance house, but he used a whole bunch of wagons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 7 wagons that are here to obscure everything and to create this illusion of, you know, having this different sort of house. So it comes off with a really, really different vibe. And of course, there's like the actual door to the place. Of course, above it is a whole well that's being used, which is really, really smart. I was looking at this a little bit earlier. I was like, dude, that's pretty darn good. Now, as you can tell here, wagons are being used. You can see like the wheels that are on the side here, but they're sized up and obscured in such a way to hide certain things. So like a board is being placed there to try to hide that. And then you'll find it elsewhere. Of course, on the backside, because we're running out of budget here, you know, the soft underbelly is shown. We see what's really going on, but you can see this good use of just boards that are used to hide everything. It's really neat, very, very inventive, and it totally like redefines like what the house is. So I was talking earlier about how you could probably do something very similar with the Horde version of the house, even though it's like very, very big. Like if you were to back it up against a rock face, if you happen to be on that sort of lot, then you'd be able to just keep building on top of it until you just cover up the whole thing. And we've seen a number of other examples there. So let's go in. All right. So we go in and this is supposed to be a rebuild. So not quite sure what to expect this time around. Lots of very liberal use of the trellis and other stuff for more what I remember before. Just like stack things to create like new shapes and all that. But in this case, you know, we go into we re-enter the hallway back into the T-shaped room that we saw before. And now we have all sorts of little details to look at. So we walk in, you know, we're greeted to books, but we're also greeted to this kind of like semi-dark outside area. You know, I'm sure there's like, it's kind of like a rug that's pulling off that effect, but by just throwing some stuff in and taking a window, reversing it, so you can create this effect of like, okay, this is what's going on like just outside, which is easy to do because we're in like Duskwood. So when you know that that's always going to be like what's going to be outside, then you can pull this off and to be like very convincing. Here we have a wall shelf who's doing the heavy lifting and trying to hold up this painting, which is cute. And as we complete our look around the T-shaped room, we have this very cozy, relaxing area. So we're chilling, doing their thing. Kids are over there, looking at their phones, I bet. So I think I remember here, like this was supposed to be kind of like an eating area, or this is like an elevated area, but it looks like this has all been adjusted and readjusted. So now we have a kitchen / place to take care of laundry because it's warm over there. So now this place is the kitchen, if I'm recalling this correctly. So this is I believe this is a staircase room again. Yeah, there's a staircase room, and it's employing what we saw before with closing off the walls to create this kind of tighter space as we're climbing up and doing stuff. Why they do axe throwing here on the landing, I have no idea. But oh well. And then we have a door so the door, we're not even all the way upstairs yet. You know, once we get up here, that's when we reach this upstairs area. And is this a secret? It's a secret. Okay, we're gonna go in. So now we have this upstairs cozy area, complete with like a well as like a treasure thing. Like, yo, look, I got this tiny well. What do you think? Oh, and this is like a very full-size kitchen that's upstairs, or something like that, because it has that vibe of, okay, like here's food and all that, ingredients, things like that. With the overhead hanging that takes up heat and all that. Okay, this is just a huge structure that's put together. Like I can't even describe like what it's supposed to be, but it's just hella cool. It's just like this like big shelf, this big hanging shelf in what is otherwise a kind of rounded room. But also, okay, this is a clever use. So we also took these platforms and extended it out from this room, and it comes out to create this balcony effect. That's pretty smart. Too bad the graphical things, you know, blame Blizzard for that one. Too bad the graphical things like kind of like disturb it a little bit, but otherwise, now we have a better overlook of what's going on here. Oh, dude, okay, can I just jump out here? Yay! So now we're gonna jump back down. So this is like the hangout spot that we saw from before. kind of, sort of. Maybe it's been reversed a little bit, but the thing is, check it out. He straight up did walls to create this sloping effect. That's hella good. That's hella good. So, you know, instead of trying to make yourself feel forced that you have to fill out space and, you know, do all this stuff over here, maybe you could just have the roof, because that's how things go sometimes. Yeah, so this part was redone as well as another relaxing area. This is, you know, where we eat and do stuff, chill, hang out, hang weapons, enjoy yourself by the fire. This is really cool. Oh, also the coffins. Let's just have some coffin doors up here. No problem. But I like this though. Yeah, it's kind of a common thing. You know, you'll have something behind the couch to give like an additional, to just fill out space, give additional effects, and you know, just have some fun. If you look around normal people's houses, a lot of people will do things like that. This is such a cool spot. Yeah, only a couple things here appear to have been redone, but it looks like things have been like reversed here and there. Couch storage is where you store the blankets, absolutely, and nothing back there. See, I'm trying to do a much better job of keeping an eye out on things that might be clickable. Okay, so we're back here again. Did I miss any rooms? No, I think I did. Because I went up here, and then I went there, but now we got to keep climbing, all right? We got to keep going. Interesting that, you know, here we are at, I think, the top of, you know, we're on another floor now, right? Yeah, we're on another floor now. We climb up, and then that's the entrance to another room. But then now curiously, there's another elevation here. Because I believe this is where there's a barrier, and we're not able to climb up anymore. But instead, we you know, I guess he obscured the barrier by just making another elevation. So we climb a little bit higher into this last room, complete with. Now this is what I'm going to call a heated bed, because there's supposed to be fire behind this in this fireplace, right? Yeah, but there's not. The fire is like over here instead. Yeah, this is cool. This is so cool. It's very, very inventive. You know, the way that you can and should like try to obscure things and make things into be more than what they are normally. Like normally I would think to myself, okay, I don't really want to use like a giant platform like this. Because you can see here's like a normal size platform. I believe this is set to 100%. This one definitely looks like it's 200%. You know, we go here and we see like, you know, more of these like larger platforms, but they're all being obscured otherwise. So it's not like you don't see, you know, weird clipping or anything like that. Open trade and drink potion. I will, okay. Drink a potion. Oh, inky black potion. Okay. I mean, oh, I did not realize that it actually gets dark in the house. I'm blown. Really, I did not know that. Yo, Blizzard. Dude, they gotta do this. Here, sorry, yeah. Yeah, they gotta do something like this. So Blizzard definitely can adjust the lighting here. Okay, so we're gonna kind of run through again. And now we get to look at this place when it's dark. Darker, that is. And now we're relying a lot more on the lighting to create these effects. And it really, really changes the mood. Yeah, this looks so much more natural. Oh, I love it. I want to see every house under the inky blacks. It'll be kind of the sanity check of like, how well is your house actually lit, buddy? And this is so cool. This is so neat. Yeah, all the lighting jumps out so much more. when you have it when you have the effect like this. Sorry, I'm kind of going fast, but let me go back to this room here. Just want to take like one more look. Yeah, like the vibe so changes. It feels like I'm kind of in a dungeon. Whoa, whoa, you know, a bunch of dudes aggro, and then you're pulling them all to this room, AoE all them down, so then you jump down here, and then you find the huntsman. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so cool, dude. Thank you. Hey, thanks for showing me this one again. This time we're gonna take a look at Clan Blondie's place, or is it Clan Blonde? I forget how to pronounce it. But let's see what's going on here. So we're over in the Horde neighborhood, but we have a unique spot. Even though we're on the beach, we got trees, and we got places for the puppy. No, the puppy's asleep. Oh, that's smart. Okay, so we got a puppy house. I like how they set up the shot, so we can have the puppy just chilling at their spot. Yay, puppies! And this is a cool hangout spot. Very simple. Place for the dogs to play around. Hopefully clean up after playing in the water and stuff. And otherwise, you're just sitting, you're enjoying your big old bucket of tea, and you're staring at someone else's house. Excellent. Or in the sky. At someone else's house that might be orbiting around, like, Azeroth or something like that. Otherwise, though, the exterior is pretty limited. Hopefully we'll see what we get surprised with on the inside. Let's go on in. Vigor bars were implemented for 11.2.7, a few new styles, tons of color pickers. Yeah, so, well, I mean, it's just changed to charges now, right? So hopefully, yeah, I'll be eager to see how it turns out. All right, so we are greeted to a very modest but very homely entrance, representing the Horde. Yeah. And off we go on the inside. Oh, I like how this opens up. So the way this kind of comes off to me, the tree like is kind of like coming out of the house instead of how it looks, you know, it's just being like phased in. But the way that it is phased in, it kind of gives that vibe of, okay, it's open on the outside. So I'm pretty sure there's like some windows and whatnot that are shining some lights down here, which is very easy to do. Like I remember when I was like first trying to set something up, I was like trying to set up beams, and then I did some other stuff. No. Here's what they did. They just set up a big old thing of wine. Yeah. They start off with wine, and then they filled it up with some rocks, and then added some smaller foliage inside to fill out the space. So that's smart. Way smarter than what I would have thought of. Because I tried doing it, and I was like, okay, this is okay, but this is like a very easy way to do it, with just taking like a barrel, squeeze that thing in, and now we have a centerpiece for what's a very welcoming way to welcome people into the house. Very good start. Oh, so we have several paths to go in beyond like this kind of small octagon spot. So let's go here. Let's go into like this like eating area. So here we have this very cool themed kitchen of sorts. So they just took a wagon and they just sunk that sucker down, and then added it in here as kind of a shop, kind of a back room kind of dealy. So pretending that this door opened up, it's like, hey, here we go. So it has a restaurant-y, loungy sort of vibe here, and everyone gets to eat. Oh, this is the second time I'm seeing these things being used as utensils, which is hilarious. I love that. Ooh, here's a piece I haven't seen. So we have like this grinder, which is a separate piece, but it's all being put together with this table here, which I believe this is a separate piece. I think that's separate. I'm not sure though. But haven't seen that very often, which is still very cool. We have more utensils, and other things to fill. Okay, so here we go. This one's cool. So this time this person made a sink out of the bathtub, and what looks like a part of a fountain. I think looks like part of a fountain. And I can even hear it from the sounds. I don't have the sounds running, but yeah, top of the fountain there. And I think right here you have like the little, you know, you have like ways to turn off and on the water. Nice. Very nice. I like the detail there. I love the grand fireplace. It makes the head here look like super small, which is hilarious. Okay, so now we're going from this. Oh, you're sitting on that thing. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. So here's like a fun trick. Here, I can have my character up here. So a fun trick is that you can set up like little chairs and stools all over the place, and you can make like little places to interact. So if you wanted to have like, you know, the illusion of like, hey, I'm just gonna like be sitting here on this chair or whatever. Oh, sorry, that's the candle. If you want to sit here on this bench or something like that, you can do that, and you can add these things like all over the place. You just need to find a chair to use that's like small enough to phase into whatever it is that you're using. But yeah, very cool, nice trick. So now we go into this kind of a small nook. Right? It looks like it's being obscured by walls that are set up, but it might not be. Actually, I think this is a hallway or something like that. It's hard to tell. This is actually a pretty cool looking opening. But yeah, let's go and see. Now, this right here is actually the exit out. It's not a real door. So, you know, don't fool yourself. So I'm thinking that this is a hallway, and this will take us to a secret place. Just kidding. Unless there's another one. Oh, okay, double effort. So here we go through the double doors into what is kind of like, okay, a different sort of like kind of a personal loungy area, right? Can I close this guy? Oh, I think I opened the wrong one. There we go. That feels more proper. So now we have a proper chair with, by the way, these very, very hot chains with which to grab. So here's your boss fight. You just grab the chains, they're on fire, cling, cling, and then now you have a good fight on your hands. But anyway, totally distracted. So this actually feels like, it's not exactly a closet, but it was made to kind of look like it, right? So it comes off as this nook, and then we enter like another room altogether, and I'm like, once again, I'm kind of lost. Kind of lost my orientation here. Because now we're in this very purple room, right? It's super well lit because you have these giant windows up top that are illuminating the spots. It's almost making like the floor like almost blinding with how it looks. But it's contrasted by the very, very fierce purple that's like all over. And this is working as just kind of a loungy study area. And what is through here? So now we are at, I think we're at the entrance. Yes. No, we're not at the entrance. We're like somewhere else entirely. So this door, let me get a sense of where I'm at first. I have no sense of where I'm at. We're in the bathroom. Oh, we're lost, guys. So I feel like we're in the bathroom. So there's the loo. We're complete with toilet roll holder. But it's an empty roll. Yo. I'm just kidding. What else? So we have like small details here. I'm not quite sure what that is right there. I'm not entirely sure what the intent is with that. I'm sure there's something important there. Well, we got our full vanity, plus books, plus a nice healthy rock thing to like sit on and chill on. That means this place is going to be really warm. Hence the very, very thick door. It's a turlet, I'm being informed. I'm not familiar what a turlet is. Chat and comments will be all over that one, I trust. Now this is cool though. We have like a whole sink, we have a whole full-fledged bath, and then we have some other stuff up top here. This is kind of interesting. Something up here is clipping through with a certain intent, and I'm not quite sure what that is. It's a sauna. Okay. I got that part. Okay, so when we go through here, we go through another kind of secret spot. And now we're somewhere else again. Dude, this is a huge place. Oh man. I'll need this teleporter to like just get around to places. So now we have a different kind of study. Where here we check out what's good with all the arcane and fell magic-y stuff. And here's probably someone who they talk with while they work. They're a little familiar to help them out, help them study, bounce off ideas, that sort of thing. Ooh, these are old bookshelves, actually. These aren't like some of the newer ones that we see, but it's cool because these have a bit darker of a vibe to them, which kind of fits. Teleport pad, or I think it's a teleport pad. Whoa, I did not know. Oh, dude. Okay, I did not know that was a thing. That's cool. I don't know what this is, but it's neat. And then go down. Do you go down? Doesn't go down. Oh, there's no turn it off. Uh-oh. I better leave. Yeah, that's a new thing. I have no idea what that is. All right. So now, okay, I haven't gone down this hall. Oh, that's going to the main area. Okay. So now we're going on this. This is cool because all these different rooms, they have like these kind of themes to them. And like this hallway, just a hallway, but now we're entering like Pandaria. And it's lit really well. Like here we have one of the, those barriers. It looks like just one section is used, and it's being used to not exactly as a light source. Like here's the light source, but it is meant to be bright, and it creates, it helps to fill out the space with the right sort of ambient light, even though it's not really light. And there's more lights that are up here. It's like these are Borealis lights, which I'm sure is going to be one of the hottest things to pick up. Only 75 war resources, people. Get them now. But they don't seem to provide a whole lot of actual light to them. But yeah, the Pandaria bookshelves. So like here's like one set, and then there are two bookshelves here. You can kind of see like they're trying to make it unique by adding like different things to them. So like here's like, I forget what that is, but you have like all sorts of different pieces to make them feel unique. Random rockets, statues, little telescopy thing right there. And then this one happens to have like, oh look, troll stuff. Let's put some troll stuff on there as well. And then we have this bookcase actually looks very different. I am not familiar with this sort of piece either. But it obviously has that Pandaria vibe, and didn't realize that I had like this thing in the middle here. So this could be used as like kind of a doorway as well. I'm just not familiar with like what the proper sizing should be. So very, very cool. Oh, don't worry, keyboard. I'll get to that. I want to finish the tour. So I feel like I missed places. Did I miss any spots? Because this is a very, very big house. Lots of rooms here. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. Kind of go through and so many little details that help bring this place to life and help it feel like this natural space. So like, I'm not going to go through that door again. I'm going to kind of go backwards this time. So like, here's a spot, and we go through here. We go through Pandaria. We pass by, this kind of Lordaeron space, and then here is the bathroom. Yeah, here's the bathroom and sauna. Very awesome. This is where like all the magical experimenty thingies were happening. All right. We get out here, and then we go back this way into basically the Violet Hold, right? Oh, I didn't go through here. We're still not done. We have, okay, another loop. Oh, this is smart. Oh, I like the way this is done. Like, I'm not sure what kind of pieces are being used here, but they're being fused together in such a way to create this very convincing. Is that a chest? I think that's like a treasure chest. That's so smart, dude. Yeah, so we have two tables that help to create this really cool vanity, which is such a pain in the butt to clean, I imagine. But it's so easy. You just have two tables, and you have just a crate. Just a crate with some other thing on here to create the illusion of water and a vanity. So it's really cool how you can take so many different kinds of things. This is a crate, dude, and you can make something that's convincing. Okay, now this is a good one. From ancient, it's like this ancient ancient script, runes, and then you're just like, that's hella funny. That's hella funny. That's brilliant. That's brilliant for TP. Hell yeah, dude. I'm glad I did not miss this room. Oh man. Yeah, sure we have. Yeah, so okay, this is even small stuff like this is cool because I think that's just a table, and then this is another shelf that's just kind of put on top of it to create this new kind of effect. Self-cleaning toilet paper. Oh, that'd be the grossest, dude. It's like rip, wipe, and then you put it back. Or maybe it could just like auto create and dispense itself. That'd be cool. No one wants to put the arcane TP back. Even if the owner of the house says, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. You can totally do that. No. I don't even want to, even if it was just touched, I don't want to mess with that, dude. So we're back through here. And you know, we'll go ahead and take the door out. Fun way to exit. Cool place. Very, very cool place. Lots of personality, lots of different things going on. And really inventive with some of the creations that were made, like the TP. That was really cool. Big fan of the Pandaria room, too.